Hello, Ruby. How you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm right. Thank you very much. Now, let's talk about your 2021. I mean, as far as 2021's go, yours has been incredible. How have you found it all?
Oh, it's just been amazing. It's been really fantastic. I've had so much stuff to focus on during lockdown. I'm pretty blessed to have Bridgerton and to have How to Stop a Recurring Dream coming out.
I mean, we have to talk about the fact that you've had a debut film come out, you're in Netflix's most watched series, and you've done all of that during lockdown. I haven't even managed to get dressed most days. So well done to you for that.
Thank you.
But it does look like we're nearly out of lockdown. So, what is going to be the first thing you do as soon as you can?
I'm gonna go to a party.
Legend, can I come?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Oh, thank God, because that would have been so awkward if you'd have said no, and for the next 15 minutes or so, I just had to go. Oh, I'll just ask you questions, all sad because I didn't get invited. Well, let's talk about your film debut, How to Stop a Recurring Dream. It is distressing, to say the least. So I'm watching it with clammy hands. I'm getting a sweaty forehead. I'm a mess. Were you the same filming it? Like, was it really emotionally draining for you?
Yeah, so yes, it is. Yeah, because my character's going through grief and she's going through separation and all of the stages that come with that. You know, anger and betrayal and sadness, depression, all of that sort of stuff. And she's dealing with this trauma of losing her mother to cancer, and she's haunted by these dreams. So yeah, it was straining, but it also filled me with life as well because there's so much action in the film and great characters and interactions. And yeah, it was just the best job.
I mean, you seem like just such a happy person. How do you get into that mindset of this really dark, gritty moment?
I meditate and I will not be disturbed. I take myself off and I try to just meditate and get into think about what I'm doing and why I'm doing it and remind myself that it will come and I'll be able to perform what I have to in the moment. Um, and I just take myself off and have a bit of time to myself. And then when they were ready, I'd go on, do my thing.
Just doing my thing. No biggie. I like how blasé you are about just doing my thing. Now, I've said that I'm so useless when it comes to watching these sort of dramas because I just feel so sunken and panicked and anxiety ridden watching these. Is it the same for you? Because, of course, you know what's going to happen in this film. You just like, oh, God, when watching it.
Yeah, I do actually. It is like quite an intense film, isn't it?
Intense. That is the best word to describe this.
It's relentless in nature. But that's everything that I love in a movie.
Luckily, you do get to sort of release some of the aggression in this film. I mean, there's shouting, there's fighting, there's running through the woods. I mean, at one point you stove a man's head in with a log. If that's not perfect anger management therapy, I don't know what is.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. On that shot, I did actually hit Chin in the face by accident with the plastic log.
I don't want to come to this party with you anymore.
Sorry.
How do you recover from that? How do you bounce back after smashing someone in the face with a log?
I don't know, but we got the take.
I'm sure he was equally happy about it as you
Yeah,
are.
bless him.
Hitting people in the face with props aside, it just must have been so much fun to do. Was there a moment on the set of How to Stop a Recurring Dream where it was just like, I have the best job in the world?
Yeah, you get 100 moments like that every day. For me, though, I suppose when I found out, because I can't drive, you see, so I had to have a driving double. And I thought I wasn't going to get the job because I couldn't drive. But when I found out that they were going to get a driving double in, I was like, this is incredible. Thank you so much. Like they didn't hold that against me. Um, And when I got to go on the lowrider in the car and pretend I was driving, I wish I could learn, but lockdown, I can't at the minute. But there were so many great moments. I really enjoyed being on the lowrider. I really enjoyed working with Lily Rose, Aslan Dogdu, just everybody. It was just fantastic. I suppose there's just so many moments where you think you've got the best job in the world when you're on set. It's why we do what we do, you know?
So you've painted such a lovely picture there, and I'm just going to come crashing down on it now. I'm going to get to the nitty gritty of this now, Ruby, because I've got an issue. If I were to, like you did in the film, kidnap my sister and drive halfway across the country, the last thing I'd do is wear flared leopard print trousers. I mean, whose idea were they? Because they looked horrific to run through the forest, and that must have been so hard.
I tucked them into my Doc Martens, so it wasn't that bad. I love the leopard print, but it's so iconically Akira. I think me and Camille from costume, we picked out my costume, so I got to sort of have a say in what I got to wear and stuff like that, and what I think Akira would wear and how she would express herself. And I thought that she'd probably be like a fan of Scary Spice back in the day when she was a kid. So the leopard print flares were just grateful. They had to be in the film.
I never thought the day would come where I'm talking about this intense indie film, and then we just switch to Spice Girls and two become one and what have you. And I think it's fair to say that the ending of this film is quite open-ended. It's up to the audience to decide what they believe the fate of Yakira would be. So I just wanted to put it to you. I mean, what do you think Yakira is up to right now? How do you think she's doing?
I reckon, oh, that's interesting. I reckon she went traveling. Definitely. Yeah, I think she went traveling. I think she probably went to Africa. Yeah, she went to Africa. That's what I think.
Did she tell people about it this time, or did she just steal another car and just go for it?
I reckon she just went, took Lily with her.
That means we've got a sequel.
Exactly.
And from that ending, let's talk about another one of your projects with another widely discussed finale. We got to talk Bridgerton. Have you changed, and be honest with me here, have you changed your Netflix icon to your actual face yet?
Yes, I have.
Straight away, I thought you was going to tiptoe around the answer, but like, oh, you know, maybe I might do it one day. Straight away, I hope everyone on your Netflix account has your face as their icon.
Everybody has my face. My friends do.
Was that their choice, or did you force them?
No, that was their choice. No, I swear, they told me about it. I didn't even realize it was an option.
Look at you playing it all coy, like, no, I didn't know about it. What, my face is on Netflix? It's amazing to see how much Bridgerton has just blown up. I mean, Reggae hosted Saturday Night Live recently. Like, how mad is that Lorne Michaels, Kate McKinnon, like people like that are watching your show? And it got me thinking, like, you must have so many A-lister fans. Who's the most famous fan of Bridgerton that you're aware of?
Kim Kardashian did a tweet saying, should I watch Bridgerton? I don't know if she has watched it. I reckon she has. So I say Kim K is our biggest fan.
Can we let that sink in? The fact that Kim Kardashian, Kendall, Kylie, like, they know who you are. I'm calling it at this trajectory that you're going at. You're probably going to be in Keeping Up with the Kardashians next.
It's incredible, isn't it? It's just crazy. When we saw the tweet from Kim Kardashian, it was like, we've made it, literally.
Well, fingers crossed that she's such a fan of you that she just comes over to my channel now and she's watching this right now. I'm using you for clout because you have that now. You are a celebrity. You're all kinds of famous now. Have you had any of these amazing pinch me, I can't believe this is real moment?
Yes.
And
right, okay, so on my Instagram account there was a picture of me sat on the floor on a yoga mat in my flat, And then my friend told me that there was a whole Daily Mail article about describing everything that was in my flat.
Was it one of these ones where it's like, Ruby Barker poses effortlessly in her kitchen in black gym wear as she drinks from a mug?
You summed up the whole thing. That was the article. Talked about my kitchen stools at one point, I think.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I'm actually quite interested in your kitchen stools now. I might actually read that article.
Yeah.
Well, from reading the Daily Mail to the Bridgerton script, I mean, when you first got that, it must have been quite overwhelming and daunting seeing the complex language and the miladies and the forsooths. So, what was it about Marina that as soon as you read her role, that it was like, yes, I need that. I love this character.
Her fire. She was just so fiery. She was lustrous. She stood up for herself. You know, she's got a rebellious streak to her. She's just effortlessly cool. And I just hope that I was cool enough to play her. And turns out I was. So
Who are we trying to kid? Well, we both know that you're effortlessly cool. You can pull it off. And something that I imagine wasn't in the script was actually brought to light by Nicola, your co-star. She said something that sort of like drove the fans into a frenzy, because in the very first scene, you can see her holding this huge pink feather quill, and it sort of foreshadowed the big reveal at the end. Do you know anything else in Bridgerton that fans haven't spotted yet?
yes, I had George's eye around my neck. One of my necklaces, beaded. I used to wear it in most of the scenes. Up until the point where Marina thinks that she's been abandoned by George, she takes it off and she doesn't wear it again until the end. And it's George's eye with little pearls around it.
Oh wow! See, now I'm going to go watch it back with like my friends and family and just be like, oh yeah, you may not know this, but see that necklace there?
I've actually got one of those necklaces as well.
Oh, that's cool. Where'd you keep it?
It's in my bedroom.
Oh, that's really cool. Is it hanging up like in a frame, or is it just with all of your other jewelry now?
Oh yeah, it's hanging up. I wish I wore it today so I could have shown you.
That's okay. Don't worry. I mean, you can make something up about the shirt you're wearing now. Just say purple was Marina's favorite color.
Yeah.
One thing that's so amazing about Bridgerton is that it really celebrates diversity and inclusivity. And I just want to hear from you, from someone that was in it. How important is it to you that huge shows, I mean, huge Netflix shows, are really supporting this now?
Yeah, I mean, it literally means everything. I never thought that I could be in a period drama because of the color of my skin as an actor. I never really thought it would be like an option or a thing. And then all of a sudden, this Bridgerton lands on my desk. And I was like, are they sure they want to see me? But you just can't think about that. But it's a Shonda Rhimes thing. Like, yeah, cool. And it's just been amazing. And I mean, this has been the most watched show on Netflix ever. If anything, it shows that diversity works and it's what people want. People are watching this stuff. So I just hope moving forward, and I think it will change the industry and change the way that we cast stuff, which is just great.
No, I totally agree with you. I think it speaks for itself. It's Netflix's most watched series ever. Fingers crossed they champion more of that with season 2. You wrapped on season 1 in February 2020. And then a month later, we went into lockdown. So I'm terrified for season 2. Do not wrap on that and send us into another lockdown. I beg you, Ruby. But I assume you've discussed season 2 and aware of what's happening. With your character not being a huge part of the books, especially the earlier books, do you have any input into her storyline and what you'd like to see for her in the next season?
I mean, what I would like to see of Marina is I'd like to see her find love. I think that would be really sweet and lovely. And I think she needs something like that.
Oh, I mean, that also does mean more necklaces for you then. So
yeah, more jewelry.
Now let's wrap this up by looking to the future. You've done your debut film, How to Stop a Recurring Dream. You've done Bridgerton. What would you absolutely love to get your hands on next?
Well, I love that film, Blood Diamond. I would love to do something like that. I'd love to play like a character like Kate Adie, like a young journalist, or war correspondent or something like that. I'd love to do something like that. But obviously with coronavirus and everything, you know, international filming is sort of not a go at the minute. But in the future, that's definitely where I'll be looking, the sort of roles I'd like to take. Yeah.
Well, with everything lifting and lockdown seemingly coming to an end, hopefully we'll get to see you in a war drama with Leonardo DiCaprio, and I'll talk to you about that one next.
Yeah, definitely. It was lovely to meet you, Daniel.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you so much, Ruby. It was lovely to meet you too.
Thank you.
See ya. Bye.